Welcome back to Bay Area Focus. From poetry workshops to puppet shows, Streetside Stories gives underserved youth many outlets for self-expression. Alec, Raffin, and Nguyen-Stone from Streetside Stories join me now. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so tell me about Streetside Stories.
Okay, well, Streetside Stories is a nonprofit organization, and we teach young people how to use the power of personal storytelling to find their voice, make art, and build literacy skills.
And a lot of these young students have gone through some pretty bad times.
Yeah, so we work with marginalized communities, so the range of experiences of students varies and mimics what would occur in any group of young people. So there are some young people who have experienced trauma or problems in their lives, absolutely.
Why is it so important for them to learn how to do this?
So storytelling is a fundamental part of being a human being. So it's really important to be able to tell your story so that you're able to really find your voice, but also be a strong member of your community and be able to express yourself.
And do you find that a lot of the students are a little reluctant to participate at first? And it might be tough, right, to share your story with anyone as an adult.
Definitely, definitely. There are some challenges. You know, I think a lot of times some students aren't used to asking what their opinion is. When they're in school, they're used to doing what they need to do to get good grades or to follow what they need to do in class. So when we turn the tables and ask them, what is your story? What is it that you want to share? Not just about your school community, but at home. How do you view your community through your eyes, and we want to celebrate that. A lot of times there is a little bit of a pushback and a challenge, you know, on top of learning the technologies. Yeah.
And Vaughn, you're a teaching artist, so you work directly with these young people.
Definitely, I am on the ground floor working with them.
And you see a big difference from when they first start to...
I do, you know, I think a lot of times there's a lot of shyness, or sometimes it, depending on what's going on at home, it's hard to share those kinds of stories. And so it's giving them a tool to either through photography, through making comic books, through video, is another way of sharing their stories where it is comfortable. And when they share it, what's great about Streetside Stories is that we do sharing days, and that is where the payoff is, where a sense of pride, a sense of healing happens. And so it's a beautiful thing to see, because you do see that transition, that healing that happens.
It sounds like it. And we do have a clip of Angelica, who is talking about her parents' divorce. Let's listen in.
My favorite part is to edit my film. It's really fun. My video is about that my parents were divorced. When I was between 3 or 4 years old, it happened in my parents' house. When my dad was packing up his item and he left the house, it was very sad. When they showed the video, I thought all the people are gonna laugh at me. But I try to remember that we're all humans and we have different things to show.
And I'm sure whoever she's sharing this with, they're not laughing.
Definitely not.
Yeah, everyone has an experience, I think, to draw onto that, right?
And we can relate to it.
Sure.
You know, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's important that young people are able to, you know, express themselves in a way where they're exploring their identity through these place-based stories.
So do you follow up with students after they leave?
So a lot of the students actually, we work in a variety of settings. So in school programs, so during the school day and after school programs, summer programming, we also work with public housing sites and other community-based organizations. So a lot of the students will actually take more than one workshop. So they may take a workshop we're providing over a series of 8 to 12 weeks, and then like it so much, they'll come back and take a different workshop, one that's maybe focused on theater arts and move to one that's maybe focused on media arts.
How do you get the students?
Good question. So students come to our programming through basically, we are an embedded program inside of other programming. So we provide specialized programs in San Francisco partnered with out-of-school time, after-school programs and summer programs who already have students enrolled, and they work with us as part of a partnership to bring in Streetside Stories to run storytelling workshops. So the students are enrolled already, and then they present a subset of the students at the school with a program, and they'll say there's a workshop coming in, Streetside's going to provide a photography workshop, and they understand already that it's a storytelling workshop, and students enroll.
And it seems like technology is a big part of this as well.
Definitely is. Yeah, the biggest technology that we're using today are iPads. So we utilize the camera, video, photography, but we utilize different apps to create comic books, create videos, photo slideshows, stop motion. We do all kinds of stuff, from blogging as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing some great things,
Thank
a lot
you.
of healing and a lot of self-empowerment.
That's right.
It's wonderful. Well, for more information on Streetside Stories programs, just log on to streetside.org. Again, that's streetside.org. Coming up, an organization providing home repairs to seniors, veterans, and disabled residents.